1, 7, 10, 12, 14, 105.
Counting in numbers and running with it. I just love it. I love it. From up here in the Watchtower. Hello, world. Welcome back. Wow, I missed you guys.
Yeah, I know.
When was the last time all three of us have been on a show?
It's been...
The live stream doesn't count.
No.
That live stream doesn't count.
What live stream?
That one Twitch one where you guys were here and I was in that
Oh,
corner
no, that
talking
doesn't.
shit.
Yeah, no, I don't think that counts
okay,
either.
no.
Yeah, I was on Twitch talking shit while you guys were over here trying to have a good civilized conversation.
Yeah, no.
And I'm screaming at Daryl over there. Yeah. So, hey, it's great to have you guys back here on the show.
Hey, I love that we are all back together. The team is back together again. Squad goals. I love it.
Hashtag squad goals.
That's right? So we're like the hashtag squad. Come on. We come together and we make things happen.
We're the best live stream.
We are
next to Power Rangers, I guess. But
I guess.
I don't know.
I'm gonna say we did the first live stream ever on hashtag. So
yeah,
that has something.
We did the first one that brought in the chat in and like
did.
the Church of Erni. Come on,
Guys.
we've done some groundbreaking stuff for hashtag.
That's right. That's right. I mean, we're king and queens of the organic bits.
The kings and queens.
How many times did Sarah almost try murdering me, and how many times I tried murdering Daniel?
See,
it's a family triangle of murder.
Yeah.
Well, what we need to do first is go ahead and reintroduce everyone to us. So first and foremost,
reintroduce ourselves. I like it.
But before we do that,
type it in.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, hey guys.
You first.
I'm Sarah. For those who don't know me, you can find me on Gingerdale, on the Watchtower with these guys. Also, I'm doing the hashtag horror picture show, which is a special engagement only for the Halloween season. And on my social media is @Roguetastic.
There you go. And let's go.
Oh, stop texting, Ernie.
You can find me on Anime Show, which was a little bit earlier, right before this, with Daniel, but Daryl's gone at the moment.
He's kind of here sometimes.
At the moment.
He's in an alternate universe.
I randomly appear here and there, and also you see me here on the Watchtower. And then I'm also on a bunch of other channels, which, you can follow me later on my social media.
At The Journey.
The Journey?
And then we have this guy.
I always get your handle wrong. Is it at
The Journey, right?
The
It's
Journey?
the _ Journey.
The underscore.
I am the JERNI.
That's right.
You want to know him?
You want to be trippy? Go on a trip. You go with that guy. He's the Journey.
And who are you?
All right,
The
the
man
mother pun. I love it. Oh, I'm the man in the middle. Holla at your boy. It's the one and only Gap-Toothed Warrior, a.k.a. Battlestar Galactica. That's right. You know me. I'm Daniel. And we, together, are the Watchtower. We are the holy trinity of when it comes to DC on TV. You guys won't find anything better. So, with that being the case, what we do want to say is hello and welcome to everyone in the chat. Who do we have in the chat right now?
So we've got a lot of people happening in the chat right now. I'm going to scroll up to the top because this has been going. We got Robert Luera. We got Kat Luera. Don't ask the
Luera.
Spanish accent because it's real bad. Kat, Ryan, Super Ninja Steel stuff.
No. You say this right.
Ernie will say it for you.
Crap, I can't see where it goes.
Ryan, Super 04 Steel Speed. Thomas.
Boom! There you go.
I'll get it.
Tom
I'll get it.
Raven, Anna Miles, Carlos is here. Super Samurai. Did I miss
There you go.
The
Ryan
Iron
Super
Chef
Zero Steel
Cheesesteak.
Space Thomas.
Ooh.
There you go.
That's a new name.
The Iron Chef cheesesteak?
I like it.
Oh my
That's
god,
fun.
I want a cheesesteak.
Of course, that hashtag show is
Like
here
cheesesteak?
and corrected us saying
full
actually the Ranger wrap up was the first live stream and that introduced the super chat. Whatever.
Well, no, that introduced Super Chat is true. Ranger did it, but the first people to live stream was Flashpoint.
Yeah. Lauren Underwood is here. Anna Miles, did I say Anna already? I don't know. So now I'm at the bottom. But guys, thank you so much. Welcome to the Watchtower.
Yes, I know. You got to think about it, but thank you and welcome to the Watchtower. This is where we talk everything that is DC on TV. The reason we call it the Watchtower is because, well, hey, the JLA, where else do they reside? They reside in the Watchtower, over Earth, watching and making sure everything's okay.
It's
and
a
what
tower?
do we do? Yeah, pretty
It's a
much.
tower.
Well, not in their ivory tower, it's the same thing. It's a tower. But
Right.
we are in our tower watching the DCU as it unfolds right there on, the CW. And we talk to you guys about it. We make it where it's a great community so we can have that conversation and converse about, DC on TV.
And when the movie comes out and all these DC movies come out, we will also discuss those as well.
That's right.
But for now, it's going to be the CW, DC universe.
That's right. But of course, we will talk about the
Super Chat!
Super Chat already!
The Iron Chef Cheesecake is the former Tom Craven.
Oh, hey! Shout out! Look at that! Iron Chef Cheesecake. I love it. That's a good name.
It actually makes me hungry. I haven't eaten anything. You came in here with a burger and fries and didn't bring us anything.
Seriously, I looked at it like, oh my god, I want one fry.
If you guys were in the anime chat and heard me yelling over there, I was literally sitting stuffing my face with McDonald's.
And the thing is, anime already makes us hungry, although we were talking about blood and gore, but it still made me hungry. It still made me hungry.
I was thank you, old school Tom Craven, for the super chat. Speaking of super chat, just for any of those new to this channel, we use super chat to help us keep track of the conversation that everyone wants us to have. So make the donation, make the what's the better word? We don't like that word.
Donation.
We want you to support us.
Exactly.
Support the channel.
That's what that S stands for. It actually stands for support.
Help me buy green teas because I keep running out of these.
Well, that's not what you're doing when you're supporting that hashtag show. What you're doing when you're supporting us, you're helping us so that we can give you this quality content and even make it better, so we can continue to share the word of geekdom. You want to know what's going on as far as anything trending in geek pop culture. The only way we can do that is to make sure that we can get everything out to you. When you support, that's exactly what we're doing.
Or you can just hit the like button and then go make like 5 more accounts and then hit the like button again with those 5 accounts. And that's good enough. I mean, we get more people in who will give us money.
There's also the option of making sure as support you can share the videos. Make sure that you tell your friends. Tell them, hey, there's a show that's coming on. It's on 9:30 Pacific time and blah, blah, et cetera, et cetera. So other people can start watching it, because the more people that watch it, that's another way that you're supporting us. So we definitely appreciate it. We love it. The Watchtower will continue to grow, and it will get taller as long as you guys make sure that you help us out with it. So
exactly. And we have shirts.
We do have shirts. And we have shirts at T Public. That is where you can actually get very, very cool shirts. I think I want to design one kind of like this one. So I think I probably will. Holla at your boy, whatever. I'll probably design one so that's way, you can have my saying right there.
I'd probably make something completely inappropriate.
Yeah.
Which I have done before.
That's right.
Because I used to airbrush.
See, and
I've done some inappropriate stuff.
So you'll actually get some shirts that are designed actually by cast members, as well as other shirts that are already there. You'll have great mashups. You can actually see the one that we do have, which is a hashtag favorite. It's Deadpool with the hashtag logo, pointing the gun at himself because he can't take it. As far as the hashtag
have one of those.
Well, you can actually get one at T Public.
Oh, screw you! I'm not.
Why not? I'm gonna buy one because I want.
I gotta pay for my own shirt.
I want an orange one. I want a red one. Besides just the classic black, I want an orange one. I want a red one. Where am I gonna get it? I'm gonna get it at T Public. I'm going to. I don't know. He doesn't know.
All right. Well, we have 4 shows to talk about tonight.
Yes.
What order are we gonna go in?
You know what? Let's start with the one that a lot of people were not sure was gonna be good when it came back.
Okay.
And it's still kind of shaky right now, according to what they're saying.
Are you talking about Arrow?
Yes. According to views, according to what they have for the ratings that have already come out, even though the episode aired tonight, they're saying it was one of the lowest premieres that CW's had in a very long time.
Wait, Arrow?
Yeah.
Because I heard that also Supergirl and Flash did pretty bad.
Pretty poorly, that's what they're saying. So it's kind of interesting why all these things are happening when they're getting really low ratings. When it's like, man, I guess a lot of people are getting tired of seeing the same thing. That's where the problem's coming in. With the Flash, we'll discuss. They were all, oh great, is it going to be another speedster story? Which it isn't, but we'll talk about it. But Arrow, it's always, here goes another guy that can shoot bows and arrows also. He's coming to get him because he has to be connected to his...
They have a surplus of arrows and bows, and he's just not using them all. So they're like, hey, we got to use these bows for something. Let's just keep throwing more ninjas in there.
Exactly.
And new bows.
Pretty much, it's just a copy of Oliver, and that's how it works. But we want to get down to the nitty gritty concerning Arrow, because some people did watch it, some people didn't. But I know that you guys want to know what's going on with the nitty gritty. So let's do a body count.
Body
That's how
count.
it's gonna happen.
Who did?
Exactly. Who's dead? Who's alive?
Because people were supposed to die at the end of last season, right?
According to it, the way it works, we know
I don't
that
watch the
Adrian.
show, so I'm just guessing.
Exactly. So Adrian is dead. We know Adrian's dead.
Yay!
He shot himself. He shot himself in the head, so he's gone. But because he did shoot himself in the head, there became that whole problem of all the C4 because it was a dead man's trigger. So once his heart stopped, once his heart stops, then all the C4 triggers explode. Now, everyone was supposed to be able to run to a bunker, like not a Cadmus bunker, but I forgot what it's called, the Argus bunker, and if they got there, they'd be alive. So a lot of people actually did get to it. Let me see who did.
We had it written down.
Yeah, we had it written down, so I'm going to go over the body count. So, who's alive and well? Diggle, Renee, Curtis, Felicity, Dinah, Quentin, Black Siren, Slade, and Talia.
Is that everybody?
Yo, Black Siren is hot.
Black Siren, but she's not our person that we love. I'm sorry. She's not the person that we love.
She's badass. She used to be a cop, and like she's a meta-human, and she's like the next Black.
Yeah. Well, no, wait. Isn't Black Siren? Yeah, you're right.
She's supposed to be the next Black Canary.
Yeah, she's Black Canary. That's right.
He was thinking about giving her the title, and she wants to work up to the title.
That's right.
But she is basically Black Canary.
There are other people that are.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. There are other people that we kind of don't know what's actually happening with them. Of course,
Larry Newbill. Sorry, I gotta say hi to Larry.
Shout out to
Larry.
There's Thea, who always has an issue because, Thea's comatose this time.
Oh.
Not shot.
Oh no, she's my baby.
Nap time.
Yeah, but something's always wrong with Thea. It's either, oh my god, I got shot, or this.
Or I'm on drugs. Don't forget the drugs.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, don't forget the drugs.
So right now Thea's comatose, and then we have confirmed dead Samantha, who is the mother of Oliver's child. Now, since Samantha is dead, that means now Oliver has to be an actual father and not a deadbeat like he was before.
Does he really?
Does this mean that he could possibly get back with Felicity Smoke? Because that's all I want.
Oh, that's all you. That's not gonna happen. After I don't know, something happened where she was crippled, remember, and all that. And now she's walking
I just know
and all
pieces.
that.
Remember, I don't really watch this show.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna pretend like I do.
A lot of people don't, but a lot of people do. So that's what we're talking about. And along with that, fate to be determined. That's Nessa and Evelyn. Those two people, no one's really caring about, so it's fine. That's why they're fate to be determined. We don't know. Well, we don't know if they actually signed the contract to continue on, so that's why it's undetermined. Yeah, think about that. That's production stuff, though. Along with the show, on the island, everyone was just trying to rush to make sure that they were okay and they were fine. They got to the Argos. Bunker, and congratulations, they're all alive. So now everyone starts looking around and they start pointing fingers. They start wondering, well, what happened here? Who is this? Who's alive? Who's dead? Is it your fault? Is it your fault? Blah, blah. So they get off the island. They finally get to mainland. And they try to jump right back into, hey, Team Arrow, we're here to make sure everyone's protected, everyone's safe. But some people are having a little bit of a problem. For example, Diggle. Diggle has a little bit of PTSD. He is having an issue, unfortunately. And we're finding out, first we thought, okay, Diggle's just not that good of a shot anymore because he's jumpy after the explosion. Yeah. But that's not even the case. No. Diggle's not even pulling the trigger.
Yeah, he's shooting blanks.
Bang, which isn't a shock.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I stole your joke.
Yeah, thank you.
Weren't you complaining about
I think it's
his dad joke?
Yeah, exactly. And what does he do? He takes my shit.
I've been quiet over here in the corner because I didn't watch Arrow. I'm like,
I know, I'm listening, and I'm watching the chat. So just to see if anyone has anything to interject about Arrow.
But I mean, so essentially, that's really what's happening right now. There was a big lie about, Black Siren was dead, but she's actually alive, and Slade has an illegitimate son. Not a shock. So Slade's gonna go off to find his illegitimate son. Thea's still in a coma, and I feel so sorry for you. I hate that. That's horrible. But I have to go find my son. I have one eye, and that's what happened. So he's gonna go off and do that.
Is it just like that?
That's pretty much how he talks.
Okay.
He always blah blah. It's all your fault, kid. It's all your fault, kid. And blah blah yada yada. Your sister's gonna be okay. I have to go find somebody. I only have one eye, and that's how he talks.
I like
and
that's the
scenario. synopsis.
things.
But that is what you need to know concerning Arrow. My only concern.
That was
What is
the first episode? That was a season premiere. That's it.
Season premiere.
So
That
you found
sounds
out
nothing.
you found out fate of characters, and then it kind of set up. What did it even set up? For the,
It's set
for
up.
the season?
One, we're gonna find out. We're gonna probably most likely have a moment where we split the season in half, and we follow Slade, who is Deathstroke, to find out that his illegitimate son is alive and all that
Right.
stuff, and what's gonna happen there. Most likely, his illegitimate son is gonna be some ninja too, and that's gonna be a problem. He may have to fight him. Oliver still has to deal with the fact that there are people
Baby
that
mama's
are
dead.
exactly, and it's his fault. And he
Everything's his fault.
Exactly. They're going to
Everything's his
focus
fault.
on the vigilante a little bit more. They said throughout the season, so we're going to still flesh out the vigilante, which is now called the Arrow.
They're calling him the Arrow?
They are calling him the Arrow in public. It's not no longer the vigilante again. So that's interesting. And
Yeah.
soon they'll give him the Green Arrow moniker, and we can continue on. I don't know if this is going to be the last season. It's something that they did talk about. We don't know for sure.
Well, the thing is, when I talked to Stephen Amell during the Paley Fest last year, he mentioned that, well, of course, since everything Arrow had in the past seasons was all with flashbacks.
Yes.
Yeah.
The thing is, the flashbacks have finally caught up with the present.
Yes.
It's done a full circle, and now it's like, okay, hold up, wait up, what? Super chat!
Whoa!
Oh!
That's
Larry
it.
What's
Newbo,
going
pretty
on?
good week of season premieres in October, son.
Yes, not bad actually.
I'm good with it.
Not
I
bad.
agree.
I know a lot of people do like Arrow, even though some of us feel that it's like it could be better.
I still like
we've
Arrow.
gone through a lot. We've gone through a lot.
I still like Arrow. It's just the thing is they really need a good change, and that's why when I was talking to Stephen Amell, he told me that he was excited for this new season because he
I like how
understood
he
the same thing.
Casually said, when I talked to Stephen Amell last time, that's what we did.
Me.
This is old.
besties,
This
it's
is old
fine.
story. Well, the thing
It's like
is,
me and Adrian Castar.
Yeah. Oh, there you go.
it wasn't on camera, so that's why I'm not. I can't have no proof.
Right.
It's-
Well,
I have
you
no
can
proof.
tell it, but we know. We know
Well,
what happened.
he said he was really excited for the next season because, of course, no more flashbacks. There was just going to be something new. There's going to be something new coming up, and they said he really wants the story to go into a whole nother route where it's going to change Arrow to be something different. So
Which I think the show absolutely needs. I only got halfway through the first season.
because it seemed very.
I can't.
It seemed
I can't
very
do it.
repetitive before.
It did.
And
Maybe
it
I'll
was,
try again.
And the thing is, what I didn't
Should I
like
try
about
again?
I love Arrow, but
Like
what I
6
didn't
seasons.
like about it was it's basically a ripoff of Batman because
Well, that's
we
what
don't
the Green
have
Arrow's always
Batman.
been.
But but the thing is,
The
they're using
Green Arrow that I
they're
know.
using all of Batman's villains.
Yeah,
Right.
They
are.
brought in Talia, they brought in Ra's al Ghul, Slade, Wilson. That's
Yeah.
all of Batman's villains.
I mean, doesn't Green Arrow have his own?
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does.
That's
You
what
know, Go ahead.
No, it's just he's not all that great.
No,
so I
yeah.
can see why they're pulling out of Batman's reservoirs and giving it to him.
Yeah.
But there's a bunch of memes out there saying, "Hey, his personality and the way things are going,
Literally everything.
he's
It's
Bruce Wayne."
But I mean, when you think about it, like you said, you point out in the comics and the animated series, when you think about the Green Arrow, okay, it's like here's a rich guy, here's a rich guy. Batman, Green Arrow, all right? Parents die, and then
Parents die.
later he gets older, and then his parents die though for
Right.
Green Arrow. Now this is where things get kind of different. Here goes this one guy who's like, okay, my parents died when I was young. I'm a philanthropist. I'm this. I'm that. I have to fight crime. Here goes another guy who's pretty much not a conservative, but a big
Dick?
liberal. No,
Oh, sorry.
he's a big liberal.
Oh,
and
Oliver?
his whole thing, yeah.
Yeah.
And his whole thing has always been.
He
well,
became a big liberal. Let's be real.
well, in the comic though, see,
Oh.
that's the thing. In the comic, he was always a liberal, and he'd always ask the questions where it's like, okay, well, who's policing the police? Who's watching the Watchmen? Who's protecting? Like, okay,
Yeah.
you guys are in your Watchtower, and you guys are far away from the rest of the world. And
Yeah.
while you're doing that,
Yeah, I
you don't
know.
know what's happening in the rest of the world. You guys are so great, so amazing with all your powers. Who's going to stop you if you guys all go rogue? He'd always ask that question,
Right.
and it was a great thing about him. So he was pretty much a mouthpiece for us, being there with the heroes.
He
And
was
that
the
cool
1%
thing
that
about
was
it.
actually cared about the little guy.
Okay,
100%.
Exactly.
Jesse brought up a good point. That's like Arrow would be so much better if they put Green Lantern into it. Think about it. Since Supergirl has like the Martian Manhunter,
Yeah.
so Arrow can
should
get
have
Green
Green
Lantern, and like
You never know.
The thing is, the one thing that Arrow prided himself on was like that show didn't have too much magical mysticism and meta humans. It kind of every once in a while, like here's a little bit, so you know that there's a bigger world, and it's not this, and it's more down to earth villains he can fight.
True.
But honestly, it's a superhero show. We want to see more super villains.
But when we did the crossover with Arrow and he was there, he even made the joke. They made sure to put that joke in where he was like, I'm outgunned. I don't know. And he let everyone else do everything. And he just sat back there with an arrow. And then when it was a good moment, and he sat back, and that was it. Remember when
got my beer? Got my beer?
Right? When they made Supergirl, like all of a sudden where she was, they're fighting and they had people shooting lasers, everything, he just kind of like, go ahead, everyone, you guys, keep going.
Just like Dark Knight Returns, when Batman's the one fighting Superman the whole entire time, and right in the end, he comes out and he's like, all right, I guess it's my turn to shoot him.
Yeah, right.
I shoot him with my teeth.
Oh my god!
He was missing an arm.
No,
right?
remember when he pulled out but when he pulled out the gun, and then all of a sudden it was like Doomsday was just like Doom with the eyes, and he was just like, that's all he could do was brace for it, like I'm gonna die, and then here comes Wonder Woman and just saves the day, made everything great. So it's pretty much exactly what happens with Arrow, but
he's not a terrible character. But you know what?
I named my not the car I have now, but my poor car that died. After Oliver Queen,
because it was green.
Because I really like the Oliver Queen that was on Smallville, and that's.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah, keep talking about him. You just.
I wish that they gave him the show.
Oh, did you hear that?
I understand that they started over, but whatever.
The Smallville Superman is supposed to make an appearance in one of the Flash, right?
No. He's going
Tom
to be.
Welling?
Tom Welling.
He has an idea of how he can join the universe, and it would be through the Flash, and it would be that Earth's version.
But he's on Lucifer.
He is on Lucifer.
Yeah, but he's not.
Which is a decent show.
I heard he's not supposed to be Superman. He was just going to take up another role.
Well, he wants to be their version of Superman, maybe, but it's because everyone has a doppelganger.
Yep.
So he could be their version, like Earth. What is Supergirl, like Earth 32 or something like that?
Something like that. I don't know.
He would be Earth 1's version of Clark Kent. So.
But then again, where the hell he's been this whole entire time?
Well, he's been on that other Earth. Doing whatever he can.
I don't know.
We'd figure it out.
It's a thought. Is there anything else about
No, I think
Arrow
actually
that we should
moving
discuss?
from Arrow, and we were talking about metas and et cetera, let's talk about a cool meta, a group of metas, which is Legends of Tomorrow.
Oh, another show I don't know.
So,
I feel like I can catch up. No, I think I'm going to catch up on this one because it's only like 2 or 3 seasons.
You don't even really need to catch up. I can tell you so much, and then after
you don't
that,
need to. I want to watch it.
Okay, all right, fine. But I will say,
is my favorite character still dead?
Show.
Is my favorite character still dead?
Who's your favorite character on there? There's so many.
Snark. He's the only good character on that show. Is he still dead?
Well,
they haven't brought him back yet.
No, they brought him back
for like an episode, right?
No, he came for 3 episodes on the finale. He's alive, but he still ends up dying at the time he's supposed to die. But it was great. He came back. He came back, and he was a bad guy.
Jezer loves Legends.
Yeah, see, Jezer, I agree with you. I actually like Legends. I like that they blow their freaking budget on doing stuff, and they're like, hey, it's still good. I love it.
Wait. Let me get this straight. So they went back in time right before he died and picked up Snark, took him on an adventure, and then brought him back because he still has to die at that time.
Nope, they didn't take him on the adventure. It was the Legion of Doom, which was Reverse Flash, Malcolm Merlin, and Damien Dark. They went. Damn. Yeah, and that's actually a really good bad guy team. Think about it. You have Reverse Flash.
It's like the Flash is just done with their characters, and then like, wait. You look like you need help, Legends of Tomorrow. Take some of our villains.
I feel it was great.
LeBron is saying that Victor Garber is leaving DC Legends. Do you know anything about that?
I heard about that, and I'm a big fan of Victor Garber.
I love Victor Garber.
Alias. I love that man. He is great, but he did say something about this may be his last season, which makes sense because I think they're looking to go ahead and move away from the character of Firestorm anyway, and take him off of that.
Okay.
I think if I'm saying the name right, it's Firestorm.
Yeah, but I mean, couldn't they just replace him because they've replaced Firestorms before?
You got a point. They have, and that's the whole thing. Firestorm is a character that there are different iterations.
They just have to match up like biologically and like cellular level and all that kind of stuff, right?
Once it was what's his name?
Ronnie.
Yeah, that's right.
It was Ronnie on the Flash, and then he left, and he died.
He died off screen.
And then they found the kid who's with Victor Garber now. And then they went off to DC Legends tomorrow.
So Victor can leave, and then after that, he can kind of match up, and they'll be perfectly fine, I think. And they're kind of setting up. I can see why they're setting up why he's going to leave.
Apparently he's going to Robin.
Yeah.
To
Peter
go to
Garber
Broadway?
As a Broadway.
Yeah.
Well, he's a
He's
Broadway.
a classically
He's
trained
a Broadway actor.
Yeah, exactly.
He's been in a lot of shows. On
Yes.
Broadway.
Oh, yo, I agree with Jezzer. They got rid of the Hawk team. I hated those.
Oh my god.
I hated
Oh,
those
did
two.
you? Those
I
two
hated
that were
her.
always, like,
I
fighting
hated
each
Hawk
other?
Girl, and I hated the other dude. He's a Hawk guy. Like, I hated those two actors.
I didn't
hated
like
their
them. I
character.
didn't like them at all. I was so glad when they finished their storyline at the end of season 1.
I was like,
Because it
they're
was
Well,
up.
they
always-
do, so they're only there for the one season.
Oh, thank
Yeah,
God, yes.
I know.
Good to know. So when
I
I'm
was-
watching it, I'm not like, ugh.
Oh no. you'll be fine.
Blackwing says just have Jax fuse with Ronnie.
Wait, Jax.
Is that his
Jax.
name?
Oh, that's true. Yeah,
kid who's Firestorm, and then have him and Ronnie
Have him and
together.
Ronnie, yeah.
Let's
but
bring
then
him back.
Bring him back. I mean, he's not
Is he
doing
dead?
much. Yeah, I mean,
No.
tomorrow
I don't
people
remember what happened to
came
Ronnie.
and went. So
Well,
you know,
my
he still
eyeball.
has the contract with CW, just sitting there, and they're just
They
holding
want
him.
Ronnie
So,
back, and they want what's his face back.
Yeah, true.
So
true.
Caitlyn can
But
be a-
Why can't people
Anyway.
just stay dead?
People don't stay dead. People always come back because these are soap operas, Ernie.
we talked about that.
And this
That's
is what
true.
happens in soap
It's a
operas.
soap opera.
Why can't it be like Walking Dead, where people stay dead, or like Game of Thrones, where people stay dead, except for Jon Snow.
You don't say. You don't
Fuck,
stay.
Jon
Yeah, I was just
Snow.
gonna say you
Spoiler
don't say
alert!
dead. I was
Just
like,
kidding.
you don't
If
say
if
dead.
that's a spoiler,
That's why he's not my favorite character.
And also
right?
the dead walk.
People
in
gotta
the
stay
White
dead. That's
Walker.
what I'm saying. People need to stay dead. It's only real. It's only better.
Well, it's comics, and we're accepting the fact that you have a guy that can run super fast, other people that can travel through time, and then some guy that fuses with another guy and becomes some super flying fire power guy. I'm thinking you can
when they all should have died. He got his super speed when he should have died. I'm like, damn.
So what happened on this premiere?
Yes. So.
Well, first, what was the cliffhanger of last season,
Okay.
and what got resolved?
The cliffhanger for last season, which I feel last season was a very strong season. It was really good. I love the Reverse Flash so much. His story continued.
Oh, he's on that show?
Yes, his story
Okay,
continued. His
I'm
story
gonna go
continued
start
there.
watching it tomorrow. I'm still on hiatus.
Trust me, his story
If I could
continued
watch
there.
Supergirl in 2 days, I could get it. I
think
could
so.
do some DC Legends damage.
I think
How
so.
many hours?
I'm on
Like,
hiatus. I don't have a job right now.
There you go. It's a cool vacation.
I'm
man.
sorry.
I have no, it's fine. I have a month-long vacation, and then I go back to work.
Oh, okay. Well, that sounds nice.
It's real nice. I'm just.
I'm only taking 1 day off tomorrow, and then that's it. I go back to work.
I don't have anything to say. Sorry, Daniel, continue.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
No,
yeah, sure.
I'm ignoring
So,
Ernie.
anyway, back to it. So, okay, we had a cliffhanger where they pretty much realigned time and reality itself. There was the Spear of Destiny.
Okay.
Now, Spear of Destiny is something that floats around in DC. If you're familiar with Constantine, then you're familiar with the Spear of Destiny. The Spear of Destiny is the spear that pierced Christ's side, had his blood on it, and if you use that with a few other articles, exactly, you can actually shape reality in any way you want to. Reverse Flash was smart enough to know that. He grabbed it and then pretty much used Damien Dark and Malcolm Merlin, just so that ultimately he could create reality in the way he wanted to. The Legends, of course, had to make sure they lined everything back up, and of course they did, because hey, it's a superhero thing. So they were able to fix everything, and with fixing everything, there were still some anomalies. When they returned back to their present time, they thought everything was fine. There was some weirdness. There was a T-Rex running down the middle of the street.
Sounds like
right in Burbank or whatever, and they were just like, "What the?" And that's how they ended it. So
Wait,
they started up.
Real or inflatable? Because I see the inflatable ones on all
Oh
the
my
damn
god!
time.
I have a fear about the inflatable ones. You know that we had an issue where we. Oh my god!
But the thing is, they're not.
They're real too. They're inflatable. Okay, so yeah, I'm sorry,
Fine.
but
I'm not digging that video up.
you know, you're not being. I have it. I will
dig it up.
find it. And we'll post it somewhere online.
It's somewhere on my
going.
Instagram.
Keep going.
Yeah.
That
So
video.
anyway, with that being the case, we start the new season immediately where we left off.
Is Rip back?
Yeah. Let me tell you.
yes.
Let me tell you.
Okay.
This
Sorry.
This guy over here.
Sorry.
God, is this happening? Is that happening? Is that happening?
I've only watched Flash this week. That's all I cared about.
Well,
And then
you may care about this. This is actually pretty good. So, you know that they have the kind of like time police and everything like that, right?
Yes.
And so now,
there's time
Rip,
police, like there's time for the force. Oh, got it.
kind of, exactly.
Speed
so,
Force.
Exactly. Speed Force, time
Yeah,
police.
Time Force, okay.
So,
Got it,
the,
got it,
the
got
time
it.
police.
sounds like Power
was
Rangers
part-
all over again.
Rip was part of the
Too
time
much.
police, And with Rip being part of the Time Police, when they did everything to reassemble reality, Rip said, well, you guys are doing great. I'm going to go and leave and try to recreate the Time Police because they fell apart. They were corrupted, they were horrible, and I need to go back and try to build that and put it back together. So that's where Rip disappeared to and let the team to their own devices. And while doing so, it was literally like 15 minutes to them, but it was years to Rip. You know, it's time travel. That's how it works. Wibbly wobbly, timey wimey, whatever.
Yeah, wibbly wobbly, timey wimey.
Exactly. So while Rip is building this new Time Police thing, they're there and they're like, oh my God, it's the T-Rex. What are we gonna do? And sure enough, some portals open up, like time doors open up, and you just see that T-Rex get ushered in by these people in suits. And they're just like, all right, come on, all right, that dinosaur's gone. And then Rip shows up and he's like, while you were all mucking around and blah, 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 British talk, I went ahead and reassembled and recreated this whole Time Police thing. And now that I did, everyone, you guys aren't needed anymore. So go live your lives and do nothing. You're all useless.
So DC Legends are useless?
Pretty much, that's how he did it. And he created a new Time Police that streamlined the way he wanted it. So, with that being the case, they're all in suits. They have like Men in Black flashers. So if they find you as an anomaly or whatever like that, they can, wipe your memory back to where you just got into becoming an anomaly and put you back in time and everything's fine. So they've got all this stuff going on. And with that, the Legends are just like living mundane lives and they hate it. So they are waiting for a moment so they can have an opportunity to prove themselves to Rip and now become the whole whatever. Things
is the premise of DC Legends, do they travel through time a lot and meet a lot of like famous people through time?
Kind of.
I'm asking that because a lot of the breakdowns we've been given for DC Legends have a lot of famous people from history. So I'm just curious how much of that
funny enough
bleeds into it.
Julius Caesar on this episode. So that's how they were able to use him. Julius Caesar ends up running into one of the Legends that was in Aruba because one of them is in Aruba, the Firestarter dude. He's in Aruba, and the other ones are just working everyday lives. The Iron Metal one, he's fighting crime in Central City with Kid Flash. He makes an appearance on the episode. It was dope. I was like, yeah.
Nice.
I can see how Kid Flash could end up probably being a legend. That would be interesting. They take him off the show because we have too many speeches on the Flash right now. We can go ahead and take him off, and that would be a place where he can go. Right. So, just a suggestion.
So DC Legends,
or he can die.
So, putting
you and I are on the same page with that.
Dear God. So anyway, with that being the case, everyone's doing their own work. They hear that, Caesar showed up. This is our opportunity. Let's go get together. They show up and they tell the captain, whatever his name is, the guy that brings them all together. Rip. They tell Rip, hey Rip, clearly your Time Police aren't doing a good job. Julius Caesar's somewhere and you guys didn't know about it. Let's go ahead and get this taken care of. That's what they try to do, and they have to steal their ship back, go ahead and try to stop everything from happening, and while doing so, Rip finds them because they stole the ship.
Right.
And he says, hey, you guys can't do this. And they're like, well, your team can't do it, right? And he's like, watch. He sends his team out to do it. Caesar puts them in a trap and fucks them all up. So now they have to send the Legends to save the Time Police people and get everything corrected. They do it ultimately in the end. Congratulations, Mazel Tov. Everything's done.
Congratulations.
The world is safe. And
Mazel Tov.
He leaves them with the ship and says, you guys will be able to, continue being Legends and will be Space Police. The end. That's how it's going to work right now. Mm-hmm. The reason he did it was because apparently there is some big villain that he may need them for to pretty much they're a really big destruction kind of, they're like a big weapon, they're like a chainsaw. That's how he actually used them and said, well, sometimes you just have to know how to point the chainsaw in the right direction and let it loose. That's what he's hoping he may have to do with them concerning this new bad guy. I forgot its name, starts with an M. But there you go, that's what's going on with them. Pretty much, as we already know, they are not really DC's Guardians of the Galaxy, but CW DC's Guardians of the Galaxy. So, that's their story.
Yeah, but they're not as fun and goofy as...
Not at all. Not at all.
I think
with
it was okay.
It was an okay episode, but it just starts everything over. The big thing, which I'm thinking about, I think Rip's time police essentially are like a snake eating its tail. He's trying to create this new time police thing. Ultimately, what he's creating is what they end up becoming. Those weird kind of almost like Time Lord kind of things, where they're standing over the precipice of time.
Time Lord.
Exactly. Yeah. They stand over the precipice of time and tell people, well, things are wrong and blah, blah, and they become corrupt and all that. I think that's essentially what he's creating. And he doesn't realize it yet. And that will be a big thing that happens too. That's my thing. That's my opinion. That's my theory. But, so that's it for Legends and Arrow. Now, two more shows.
But I wanted to ask you, did you want to talk about anyone that might be coming up?
Oh, please.
Like fun characters that will be coming up in the DC Legends.
I would love to. Because DC
season?
Legends has so much it can do. So there's so many things it's touching.
So when these are given to us, since I don't know the show that well, that's why I was asking that question. I don't know who's like a character from the comics or who's just something fun that they're bringing into the show.
True.
But we're going to get kind of a Barnum and Bailey sideshow episode.
Oh, you know who's playing... Go ahead.
No, I don't know who's playing anything.
Okay, what's his name from Titanic?
They got the eyebrows? The bald guy?
Yeah, what's his name?
Billy Zane?
There you go. He's on the next episode.
Yes, who does he play?
P.T. Barnum.
Oh, that's awesome. But we'll have like the bearded lady, we're going to have a clown, we'll have a beast. We're also going to be getting Helen of Troy. There's going to be a Greek episode of sorts.
Damn.
Right? Which
I
I think
will they kind of touch upon Wonder Woman or not?
You know, maybe. They could. They're going to go into like history, like American history. We're gonna, like President Lyndon B. Johnson. Yeah. We're getting Isaac Newton, Galileo.
And the thing is what they do with that show, every person you end up meeting or something helps leave breadcrumbs to what's going to happen ultimately when they get to the season finale. People never pay attention to that, but when you rewatch it, you're like, oh my God, those are all breadcrumbs. They all pointed towards it. So it's something that's fun to do. Kind of pay attention.
And we're getting Leif Erikson, who I'm supposedly related to, according to my grandmother.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know. But
pretty much found America.
Norway.
Norway.
We found Canada.
Oh yeah, that's right.
But there are people living there, so did we really find it?
No discussion.
Oscar said that Constantine might be coming up on Legends.
I saw an article about that today too.
And I hope he does because they need some injection of love, life, and happiness. Adam Forsyth.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Gonna be a reoccurring guest star, and they're looking for out actors. Anyway. So that's will be the fun stuff we're going to be seeing on DC Legends.
Yeah. One thing I wanted to bring up was one of the things I missed a lot about Flashpoint was when Ryan used to draw these awesome pictures for us.
Awesome picture?
Which he sent us one.
Wow.
And look at this. Throwback Thursday!
Oh,
shit!
What?
So
that's awesome.
He did one specifically for Watchtower.
Oh man, thanks Ryan. We really definitely appreciate it. This is the stuff that we love. Throwback Thursday is in full effect. That's what I love right there. Something that we get to see and be like, oh, I remember it. I remember it. Now talking about things that we remember. Right. Does anybody remember what happened in Supergirl?
Oh, are we talking about Supergirl next?
Can we talk about Supergirl?
Yes. Okay, but first, guys, make sure you please subscribe, hit that like button. Comment, join us in the chat, all that good stuff.
And share
this video.
Please tell your friends, man. We are able to go ahead and break down some stuff, and we are about to get into some nitty gritty when it comes to Supergirl as well as the Flash. Trust me, we are going to get into it.
So for me, Supergirl was my favorite fall premiere so far. I think. I feel like it started off super strong. And you hear me talk about this all the time, that I don't like front-loaded episodes.
Right.
But I actually really liked it in this one. I don't know why.
Yeah, that's interesting.
And I think it's because it's front-loaded, but I know they're just introducing a couple things that are then going to spread out throughout the whole season. We got our first glimpse of Erica Durant's. I was her name. She was Lois Lane on Smallville, who is going to be playing Kara's mother.
Oh, yeah.
Erica Durant?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see if I got a picture here of her.
You have pictures? You just had your thing on it.
Oh, the blue dress?
That's her mommy.
There you go.
So Kara wakes up. She's in a dream. She's with Mon-El. Hi, Mon-El.
Oh my god.
yeah.
So are they dating?
In real life, yes.
Oh yeah.
Oh wait, in real life?
Yeah.
They're dating?
Okay, so
Not just in the show, but in real life.
In real life.
Okay, well, we're gonna talk about it. Sorry.
And so here we go,
There's
Erica.
Erica Durant.
Look
As
at
Car's
her.
mother.
Wow.
Majestic.
So majestic in this.
Oh.
I love it. I think she's a great choice because they brought in Terry Hatcher, they have Dean Cain, they brought in Linda Carter.
Yeah.
All these great like Superman,
DC,
Wonder Woman, not Wonder Woman,
DC,
actors.
DC actors that contributed to the mythos.
Yeah.
And here goes another one.
She was Lois Lane on Smallville, and I think what a great person to take over for Laura Benatti, who was also doing Broadway. So.
I completely forgot.
You forgot, yeah.
I recognize her now.
See?
So is that why Tom wants to come back?
I mean, he's like, she can, I can't. He's like trying to figure it out. I would love that.
But he wants to keep his role though.
Yeah, I mean, wouldn't you? They also give us 3 villains for the season. And also like Mon-El is back. No, he's not. That's mean. He's not back. I'm like, that's just mean. I'm not gonna pretend it because my heart's broken. Just like Kara's.
Mon-El.
Mon-El. You're not caught up on Supergirl, right?
No, but catch me up.
Okay, so catch you up. So last season, another Kryptonian ship crash landed on Earth, and it held this handsome gentleman that you'll see in a moment. Oh. His name is Mon-El. He was actually from another planet, not Krypton, but it's Krypton's.
Look at that love. Look at that.
Look at that.
Right
look at that
face.
What is it? Their rival planet. Like everyone's like, she's like, oh, the people from your planet are assholes.
Yeah,
like East Side, West Side. They just don't like each other.
But, exactly. It's like the Sharks and the Jets.
There you go.
It's very Romeo and Juliet-esque. But she actually compared them to, and then she goes, yeah, but they died. And he's like, I'm not that far yet, Kara. So they don't like each other at first. He's super pompous. He just like sleeps with everything that breathes.
Yep.
And then eventually realizes like he actually loves her, and she makes him a better person, and they have a relationship.
Isn't that the best relationship when the girl changes the guy?
Well, that's what happened in reality.
I'm being sarcastic, all right? I'm being sarcastic.
But that's really what happened to them.
It's someone who like makes you better, and it worked on both ends because she needed someone too. The big secret that came out was Terry Hatcher and what's his name? Hercules, Kevin Sorbo.
Kevin Sorbo. What about him?
His parents.
Yep.
Oh, they play his parents?
The big twist is Mon-El is actually the prince of that planet, and Terry Hatcher is mom, and Kevin Sorbo. No, it was a secret. He didn't tell anybody.
Oh, yeah?
I felt it was really obvious as an audience member, but as a viewer.
I assumed that.
But in there, he was like, oh, no. He said he worked in the castle. He said he worked for the prince, but he never said that he...
Because he is way too spoiled. I had a feeling he was a prince or something like that.
Yeah, and she's like, the prince was the worst. He was like, oh, yeah, it was. So in the end, in order to beat Terry Hatcher, they had to release this, I don't know, like a Terrigen kind of a thing that would poison people from his planet into the atmosphere, and it's here in it's on the Earth forever.
So they can't
so that he can't live there. So once it went off, she turned into a statue and then disintegrated. And this is actually the scene, the picture that you put up is actually the scene of them saying goodbye to each other, and she puts him in a ship to send him off because he can't stay, he'll die. Yeah. And it was incredibly heart-wrenching. They acted the scene so beautifully. Mm-hmm. And I was just sitting there like this. What's happening? Why is this happening?
Ernie would have applauded the whole time.
I actually think he would have. I think you actually would like Mon-El.
No. I watched half of the season because I was keeping up to it up to the invasion. And after the crossover happened, I was like, shit, I don't give a crap about the rest of the shows. I'm sticking with the Flash because honestly, everybody else sucked during the invasion. It was all Barry.
That's fair.
Yeah. So, I watched it up to that point, and yes, I saw Mon-El. Mon-El was really cool. He was pompous and I saw him starting to.
Do you recognize him from the Vampire Diaries?
Shut the hell up! I never watched that show.
Shut your face.
Oh,
Shut your face.
He hasn't watched the
show?
show?
It's a great show.
No, I've never watched Vampire Diaries ever in my whole entire life. I didn't finish it last week.
I know, but I'm just saying. So he played Kai, one of my favorite characters on Vampire Diaries. Then he was on
Kai.
That's who he is.
I know. And Kai was my favorite character. He was such a fucking asshole. I loved it.
He's so great. And then he was on some isolation show on the CW, and then he became Mon-El on this. So the CW obviously loves him, and I think he'll be back.
Just as a question,
probably
the chat going crazy.
Oh, let's see. Hold on, let me check.
I wonder if people are
chat.
Is that Mon-El? I love him so much.
Oh, Mon-El. DC Legends. I hope Monel gets to come back. Me too, Super Samurai.
Yeah.
Kara was acting like a total jerk in the first episode. She absolutely was.
Thank you.
I'm going to get to it.
She's going to get into it.
They changed the mother who's playing Kara's mother. Yes, they did Blackwing because Laura Benatti had to go and do Broadway.
Yep.
A la Victor Garber, so they brought in Erica Durant.
Yeah.
She could get Superboy. I mean, we could, but I'd really like to just let it be Supergirl. I really did not like when they brought Superman on.
I didn't either. I was like,
it's unnecessary, but I think they did it to get more boys to watch
I liked
the
it in
show.
season 1 when he's like, "Don't worry, I'm coming to help you." You see him
Daxam,
flying, and
thank
then
you,
he
that
like
hashtag
stops
show.
and lands, and he's like, "Oh, so he got he's under control. He's mind controlled. Okay, we're not gonna see Superman."
Yep,
It was funny.
that
It's
was
like
it.
he's like, "I'm coming to help
Yeah.
you." You see him flying in the
Oh,
distance.
that's actually a great suggestion. Oscar Lopez, if Tom can't come back as another Earth Superman, he should be Jor-El. If they can recast her mother, they can recast Jor-El.
Oh, I like it.
I think that's fun.
I
like
like
that.
That's actually a great idea.
Right?
That's
I think that
really
is a
smart.
great idea. Daxam is the planet he's from that I couldn't
Daxam,
remember and I was
Daxam,
avoiding
that's
because I couldn't remember it. So
Yeah.
thank you guys. So he is a Daxamite. Yes. So
I would love that Tom Holland to come back as Jor-El,
I
because
think
it's like he plays his son and then
he
plays
plays the father.
It's like just how I want Seth Green to play the adult version of his character on it.
Oh.
I think that would be great.
But they're saying no because he's a redhead, and I'm like, that doesn't matter. You can just dye his hair and it's fine.
Exactly.
You can play his character.
It's fine.
On the remake. I would love that.
So as the chat was saying, Kara is in a really dark place. Like Monel was very much the love of her life. And she's heartbroken and she's crushed. And just like most people do when they go through a breakup, they throw themselves fully into work.
Oh, okay. I was going to say into another person's bed, but that works too.
No. Not always.
This is why I'm not on the dating show.
Well, no, I'm just like, I feel like most men, yes, absolutely do that
very
because
true.
men, it's a very
Very true.
physical
No, I
thing.
don't. I fucking
Not saying
just,
women
I
do
go
not do that,
I go
but some
cry
women
for a
absolutely
month
do.
and just play video games for like another 3 months.
Right,
I mean,
and that
you
well,
don't tell my
that's in
secret, though.
her,
That's what I
in
do.
Kara's
I
way.
don't
That's what she's
bang
doing.
anything.
She doesn't. She
Sorry,
feels
that's
she feels the human side of her is weak, and Supergirl is not. And so she throws herself in being Supergirl, and National City is, benefiting from it. Crime is at an all-time low, and she's like the superheroine of the town.
Yeah.
Of the city. And it's working for her. However, the entire team is walking on eggshells. It's causing strife between Maggie and Alex and the wedding that they're trying to plan. She even gets into a huge fight with James, and she fucking quits Catco.
Oh, about time.
But and I'm like, girl, do what most of us do and just change your hair. Like, you're trying to have control of your life. Just cut it off, dye it brown. That's what we do. You don't quit your job.
Her with short hair would look great.
I think it'd be super cute if they did that. However, it's just like, I get it. I'm with you, Kara. I want Monel to come back. But she's got to grieve, and there is no expiration date on grief. And she even said that Clark told her, I couldn't have made the sacrifice that you did.
True.
If positions were switched and it was Lois, he never would have been able to do it. He'd leave with her.
Yep.
No. And this was
that's the problem.
This was all last season, right?
No, this is what happened now.
This is the actual season premiere.
Yeah.
The season premiere.
So it was another
is her-
recap.
Well, no, it's not.
no.
Like,
Well,
not at all.
like
the season,
after effects of
It's
what
after
happened.
effects.
Yes.
The season finale of season 2, they send Monel
Send him on
off,
that thing, and he's
then there is a button of another craft leaving Krypton with another person on it, and
Yes.
we find out in this episode who that is as well.
Yes.
But so this episode starts with her being awesome. She's just really dark and grumpy and a little broody, and she's dealing with it and not really wanting to deal with her feelings of not having him around.
So, Kara's life is crashing.
But Supergirl's is soaring.
Is soaring. Her numbers, her metrics are like amazing. Her optics are like, forget about it. Everyone's like, Supergirl's the best thing ever. Supergirl's the best thing ever.
Crime's at an all-time low.
Yeah, but
Supergirl, we love you.
But she doesn't stop for pictures. She
Nope.
doesn't shake hands and hello, kiss babies and all that stuff anymore. No, she does her job and leaves. Does her job and leaves. She comes back to the thing like you said before. She'll show up at the headquarters and everything. She's like, all right, so this is what's happening now. And you're like, whoa. Like, Kara, what happened? Kara's dead, okay? Let's deal with
Basically.
this. I was like, damn, she's harsh.
Yeah.
She is harsh.
So that's what's going on with her. But then, of course, it takes a battle,
Exactly.
Lena is gonna give the oh my god, what am I trying to say? National City, a statue.
Oh my
Supergirl.
gosh. Okay.
And at the reveal, a nuclear bomb goes off, and we get to see a villain, one of the first villains that we see in the episode.
right.
This is the second one, actually. I'm going to jump ahead. And it is, what is his name? Bloodsport.
Yeah.
Is who we're getting. Robert Dubois. He is an ex-military man. He steals a submarine and some other things to blow up Central City.
Yep.
Which is pretty cool. I'm hoping that he's going to come back.
Which I can get it. I can get it if he actually does come back. It wouldn't be bad. It wouldn't be bad because it's like, okay, ex-military guy, kind of knows some stuff, and he stole a lot of stuff from his kind of military suit. Not just the stuff that they had for the submarine. So I think we will see him again.
I think so too. Another fun villain we're gonna have is General Talbot. I'm sorry, it's not General Talbot.
Oh my god!
It is not. It is Morgan Edge. Morgan Edge is not a character that is unfamiliar to the superhero CW world. He was also a villain on Smallville. But he's played by Adrian Pastar,
who happens to be a friend of Sarah.
Hey, so maybe we'll get
he's
him on here talking about Supergirl and his character.
He's a buddy of mine. I should have showed the picture. We should have showed. Whatever.
I know it's fine.
Yeah. You had it on your profile for months.
Oh yeah,
I know you did.
It was just me and him back to back. We're buddies.
General Pastar.
General Pastar. General Talbot, a.k.a. Adrian Pastar,
Morgan Edge.
Exactly.
He's a smarmy businessman who also happens to be in charge of an underground mob ring. Yeah. So he was trying to buy Catco, sneakily buying all the shares, and Lena Luthor did not let that happen, and she snaked it from under him.
Ooh, she showed up and took care of that.
Yeah.
She took care of that, definitely.
He's not so happy about that, and he threatened her, and Supergirl showed up and was like, absolutely not, used his own words against him. He's like, I'll be watching you. So as far as him being like the main villain, he might kind of go along the role of like Peter Facinelli in the first season.
Yep.
Where he's just kind of everywhere. He's a foil for Lena. He's a foil for Supergirl. He's gonna be according to oh god, what's his name? Sorry, Death. What is it? No, Bloodsport. Dubois. According to his breakdown, it's not released in the episode, but according to his breakdown, he was a hired gun.
That's right.
So by General Talbot, because that's what I'm going to call him from now on. Yeah, that's what I'm going to call him. He hired him in order to do this around the city. So who's to say who else is fun is going to show up?
Exactly. Edge may hire a lot of people, and we may see a lot of mercenaries show up. Mercenaries are always fun.
Yeah. Now the one that
we'll know what mercenary we may see show up. I would be interested. So yeah, that's true.
Lost.
I know he's being crazy.
I don't know. There are mercenaries that may show up. I don't know. I didn't name any. I just thought maybe somebody else had.
The third and final villain that we got, that people may have missed.
Yes.
Because if you blinked, you missed it. Would be Rain. So when they are at the ceremony, a woman with a daughter accidentally bumped into Alex, and that was no accident. It was to introduce a new character.
Yes.
Now, Rain is a world killer.
Ooh, breaking
I feel like world killer doesn't really need an explanation.
No, I think we got it. Yeah.
So it turns out that the other pod leaving Krypton was Rain.
Yes.
Her name is Samantha March. She has a daughter, and however, according to the showrunner, this version of Rain is going to be very different than the comics. She is there. She doesn't know who she is. Her number one priority is her daughter. She's a single mom, just said. And we are going to see her story arc from human to villain.
Yes.
Which I think is really cool. We don't tend to get to see that. We usually get introduced to these villains within the episode 7, episode 8. You know, we've got a lot of build up to them. And we're meeting her from the beginning.
Yes. So that's actually pretty cool. I mean, in the World Killer thing, just in case people didn't know, a World Killer is pretty much a genetically enhanced kind of individual that was created on Krypton. According to the comic, it was actually Jor-El who created the World Killers, then felt horrible about the fact that he even created them. But the World Killers were created...
It's another thing her father did.
Exactly. So they were created to, as weapons. And then with the whole thing that happened to Krypton, when Krypton explodes, they were also sent to Earth as well. But when they came to Earth, they had no memory of who they were or things of that nature. And they find out later who and what they are, almost like an alter ego kind of thing. And they kind of enacted, like they were like sleeper cells that were woken up. And first thing they want to do is take care of any Kryptonian. So she happens to be the one Kryptonian, and they become just really big enemies of each other. So that's how the World Killer is, and they are exactly that. They
Yeah.
have been known and created to destroy worlds. So it's a good chance that we'll see her actually take on Kara in a way that, well, shows that she'll be afraid.
Yeah.
So I'm down for that.
I find it interesting that her powers are just now coming to fruition. Like they're just now popping up. You know, it was almost like it was the adrenaline. Like, you know, you hear about moms lifting cars and things.
Yeah.
You know,
This
like
one-
that's what happened. Like her daughter was stuck under a beam, under
yeah.
scaffolding, and she just ripped it up. And her daughter saw her crush it in her hands. And I feel like if I was her, I would be like, oh man, mommy adrenaline.
Yeah, right.
You know,
Yeah,
I
that's
wouldn't
all I
think
would.
that
Yeah.
I was all of a sudden some magical creature.
Nope.
Like, you know what I mean?
Nope.
I don't
I
think
just had to
I
save
would
my
think
kid.
that.
Just had to save my kid, so I happened to pick up some scaffolding and crush it with my hand.
Yeah.
You know, that was it. That's all I would think.
So for me, like, and then in the end, Kara is, you know, hunky dory. Alex had a few choice words for her,
Ooh.
and now, you know, she's out and trying to become a person
She
again.
did. She was like, let me tell you about you.
Yeah, she felt Kara was her weakness, and that all of her friends were able to show her that Kara is actually the best part of who she is.
Exactly.
So Supergirl will become back to normal.
Oh, yeah.
But,
Kat
you know-
Grant also works for the
Oh
White
yeah,
House.
she works for the White House. She's
Dope.
like the secretary.
Dope.
Or
The,
something. It's like
press secretary.
press secretary, because of course she is, which I'm not happy about because I really miss having her. On.
I do. So seeing her show up for a little bit was great. And it's all that whole, you know, who runs the world? Girls.
Girls.
So that
Who
was
run
it.
the world?
And
This is
so
a very
Kat actually had to happen.
chick strong.
Oh yeah,
The
definitely,
show, absolutely.
definitely. And
Yeah, that's awesome.
I'm down for it. I'm down for it. Like
And I think they do a really good job. And
the
like,
future is feminine. So
like how I said, like this was very front loaded, but in a way it wasn't. It wasn't like the first act was really heavy. It was just like we're slowly introducing these things that are gonna happen throughout the season. And I thought it was really great, and it was my favorite one of the superhero shows that I watched.
Yeah,
I give it like a
definitely.
4 out of 5.
yeah, you loved it. Like you loved
I
it. I
loved
mean,
it.
honestly, I had to watch it again because after you told me, you're like, no, I think you need to watch this episode over. Because first I was like, this is sucked. It was horrible. She was walking around moping, I'm so much, blah blah. I hated it. But then when you actually gave me a great breakdown concerning, well, think about it as a character in that kind of situation, how would you react? And it's like, yeah. I mean, though I have superpowers and I'm fine, the thing is, emotionally, there's nothing that I can do to actually fix all of this.
Exactly.
And where do I have an outlet? I don't have an outlet where I can just go around, run around, punching, fighting, kicking. Because I mean, yeah, I do that as a superhero, but even when I do that, I have to hold back because I can't just punch a hole through somebody. I can't do this. I can't.
You can't release everything you're feeling into like kickboxing
So you're
or
holding
something.
it in still, even when you're letting it out. So what happens? It was like, damn, when you said it that way, I really had a breakdown for watching the show and actually seeing it. And I was like, all right, you know what? You won me over. I went from literally going like, oh, this episode was a 2.5, going to a 4. So I like it.
But it's not your favorite show.
It's not my favorite show. Not my favorite show.
And we saved it for last.
'Cause it's our favorite show.
I've been quiet. I've been waiting for this because the only one I watched, and this is what I want to talk about.
So break it
We're over
down.
an hour, so we save this. We're about to talk about
The
The
Flash. You guys been waiting for it? I'm sorry, Kat, that you're going to miss out, but I'm pretty sure she's going to tune in later.
Yeah.
She had to go to sleep. But we are going to talk about the Flash, Church of Erni, full effect right now. Let's get into this
boy.
episode, boy.
Here it comes. Here it comes.
Ernie, season 4, episode 1, Rebirth. Go.
He's reborn.
Do you know anything about this supposed to be following the Rebirth, like 6 issues?
I heard about that.
Is that a
and-
thing? I don't know if it is or not.
Now, how close is it? Have you read Rebirth?
I've been kind of getting a good breakdown on Rebirth, and I'm like, how close is it really following it? No, Barry wasn't missing. Well, someone was missing and does show back up, but it's not Barry.
Okay.
It's Wally, and there's a whole thing. Well, actually, no, it was Barry, and then Wally. Yeah, long story. But
Long story short.
yeah, oh my gosh, yeah, it's
Last
there's
season,
so much.
Yeah, last season we left off with Savitar gone. We have
love last season. A lot
Caitlin
of people shit
leaving
on
because she's emo and because of her powers.
Right.
And we have Barry stuck in the Speed Force, not to be able to come out. Iris has completely given hope. Just given up. Just that's it. It's like, oh, I was supposed to marry the guy. He's not dead. He's trapped in the Speed Force.
Right.
But I'm never gonna see him again. No, I don't want him to come back.
Well, it's also because
moving
Barry,
on.
she's listening to what Barry told her.
Exactly.
Do I agree
Keep
with it?
running.
I'm saying I don't agree with it. But she's like, this is what Barry said. He said, keep running. You do this, you do that. I'll be here. And she's like, okay, he'll be back when he can be back. And she's doing what he said.
I understand. She was scared. I understand.
I would have been with Cisco and his perfectly coiffed hair trying to figure out how to get him back.
I agree.
You know what I love?
He sure looks great. Can we just say that for a minute?
I gotta say, look, last season when I was so like Cisco's my favorite character. He's my spirit animal, person.
I mean,
and we all know
look
this.
at this face.
Come on.
They're basically
the hair's gone.
I didn't say your hair. I said the face.
The face though.
You still look like siblings.
He's still saying the hair's gone. Have you seen his feed?
The last season, I was so depressed for the fact that our Cisco that we knew was gone because of Flashpoint. He was emo. He couldn't see Barry as a friend. He wasn't his best friend anymore. But the thing is, this new season, I got my Cisco back, baby.
Yeah.
He's back with those names. He's back with that hope, that energy. Be like, hey, I know how to solve this problem.
So you love his puns, but you hate mine.
No, I just don't. I don't like you that much.
Oh, okay.
To give you pun privileges.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
He gets pun privileges.
So you get Cisco pun privileges.
Because you're not that punny.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck, I hate myself now.
Hey, Migdalia. Migdalia's trying to
You're
We
not
are
that
talking
punny?
The Flash. You've missed the first three, and now we're on the last one.
I know I wouldn't.
So,
Give me your face.
I just want to know, overall, Ernie, were you happy with this season premiere? You don't have to go into specifics. Just yes, no, maybe. What would you rate it out of a 5?
No.
I agree with you. What would you rate it out of 5?
Out of 5?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. I give it a 2.
What do you say?
Give it a 2.
Well, there was a Hitchhiker's Guide reference, and that's my favorite thing ever.
I shit myself when he did it.
Right?
I was like,
right? That's, you guys don't know Hitchhiker's Guide.
That doesn't make a good episode, though.
Yes, I think you sold the episode for me.
I was like, oh my god, I can't wait to talk about this with Daniel. Oh my god, because Hitchhiker's Guide is my all-time favorite book, all-time favorite movie.
Yes.
It's my all-time favorite everything.
Oh
it's
my god!
It's like I have a sticker for a car that I don't own yet.
Because
that I'm gonna stick it on there.
Exactly.
Amazing.
With the thumb. Come on, man. I love it.
I love Hitchhiker's Guide.
But it was a bit of saving grace for me, honestly. And but the episode itself, still breaking it down, they had a lot of throwaway stuff that they did, and they were like, "Who needs exposition? Just make it happen." For example,
that was my issue with the whole episode. I give it a 3 out of 5. I was
that's my issue. So I'm
gonna need some explanations. I'm gonna need some repercussions. I'm gonna need a lot.
3 out of 5 is mine also. I was very upset with that. But I was like, there was some saving grace, but 3 out of 5. Because there were things that were missing.
How did you feel about Barry coming back so fast?
Oh my god, even before Barry coming back.
Well, it's been 6 months.
Yes.
But the thing is, yes, they brought him back in the season. But like, I was hoping that they would hold out for at least one episode.
That's
and
what
then the
I
next one have a reason for him.
Or even at the end of this one to see if it worked or not. And then like they don't, like the way that they brought him back, like it didn't work. And then like he wakes up naked in front of that family. Like maybe that's how the episode
But let's start off with the reason. The reason they bring him back. And it's because of this
Hemorrhoid.
One guy shows up and he's like, I want to fight Barry. I want to fight the Flash.
Oh,
then let's go get him.
Yeah.
Any other time.
That's what it took.
That's what it took. It's one samurai to come out with like a jetpack and swords, and he's like, "Oh, I want to fight the Flash. You bring him to me." Yeah. And like,
that's exactly
are you serious? It's like anybody could have come up and be like, "Hey, I want to fight. I will blow up this school with little children if you don't bring the Flash back."
Literally.
And all because I wanted an autograph.
I just want to fight him. That's it.
That's all it took.
Is this
He didn't even say you wanted to fight him. He just said he just wanted to bring him around.
Is this the first villain that's been like, I want to fight the Flash? Is this the first one? So for 6 months, not a single person is like, we want the Flash. They've all been okay with the B team.
Yeah. Yeah.
And no one's been like, the Flash isn't here. I wonder why. I should come and take over the town.
Yeah. I mean, I guess Kid Flash and vibe is enough. But obviously, it wasn't.
It wasn't.
I mean, it wasn't.
I mean, dude.
That's so funny.
It's a.
Migdalia's like snort laughter, master shredder.
Yes. Oh my god! They should have just gathered the turtles. I'm surprised they did not do a turtle reference.
I was shocked. I
was sitting there and I was like, "Come on, Cisco, don't let me down. Don't let me down." I was like, "Shit, he didn't make the reference." But then he hit me with Hitchhiker's Guide, and I was like, "All right, you win. You get a pass."
You have to tell me what that reference was because I obviously.
Oh well, no. They said he said something about the universe and what's the answer and something about the universe and everything else. And then he was like, well, that's why I had to figure out I wasn't 42. And I was like, because
it.
First he
42
said
is-
life,
oh,
the
God.
universe, and everything else, and I was like, oh my god! I already started rereading.
on my
everything
Facebook.
already.
On my Facebook, I saw this geek apparel place posted a picture of us of like a shirt, and it has like this all drawn out in chalk and everything, and it's like 2 circles, and it says life. And like
Life,
death
the universe,
and everything,
Uh-huh.
and then in the middle it's like 42.
42.
And I was like, and it's all chalk, and I
Yes.
was like, oh my god! And it was right after I watched Flash, and I was like, this is perfect. They're making an homage to that scene of the Flash.
Right.
Yeah, I was like, oh god, I love this. That was the only moment.
I'm sorry.
That's the only reason it gets a 2 out of 5, by the way, because of that one part. By the way,
Otherwise, it would have been a 1.
it would have been a 1 to me. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It would have been a 1.
So from there, this which is ridiculous. He
Sis
goes
was like,
ahead
yes,
and says,
I've been working on bringing him back for 6 months.
Yeah, and
what
th-
I need.
"Oh, I need the one thing. I need one thing." And I have to go ahead and get that one thing. So he heads over to a bar. And when he heads over to a bar, who do we see as our bartender? The one and only. Can we cue that picture up? Because we gotta see it. We gotta see it.
She looked so good.
So great. I like
So
this
good.
version of Caitlyn.
And I love Caitlyn. Like,
Yeah,
like,
I know you do. I know
love
you
Caitlyn.
do.
She a baby doll. Oh, she a baby doll. She's dope. Because like she gets bad and she's good, and it's like she's got a whole Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde thing,
But
and
we
I
don't
find
know,
that
like,
attractive.
It's more like the Hulk.
Yeah.
But he finds her in a bar and she looks normal. She's back to Caitlyn.
Completely
How
okay.
did this happen?
It's like, how'd you control your powers and everything? I had a feeling that guy with the
one eye.
that one
Milky
dude,
eye.
yeah, I
thought
thought like,
Milky
I thought
Eye
he
was-
had like the powers to be able to like.
Cataracts?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Milky
I had-
Eye. I thought he had it. I was
Yeah.
like, oh, wow.
I thought he was the reason. Like I had a feeling that maybe he had a power where he can take other people's powers and
That's
like
what I
dampen
thought.
it. And I was saying that's
No,
why she was like looking
I
up.
thought I thought that's why he had the milky eye. I thought like
Yeah.
he took away the freeze power
And
and
he's
he's
like,
holding on to
but-
it with that milky
But
eye.
also, she's been gone for so long from the team, and he's like, "Hey, I just need you to try and help get Barry back and put the team back together."
So
And she's
chill.
like, "Yeah, sure." And she even says that she's like, "I haven't learned how to say no yet." And I'm like, "That was what?"
That was so simple. There was no the ceremony of it all was lost, and it was just like, okay, you guys
Yeah.
are really rushing through this, and the writers' room was just like, oh fuck it, just make it happen. I don't care. Here,
yeah.
she's in the room.
It's
there
like
you go.
Flashpoint
I just
all
wrote
over
it.
again.
Yeah,
Flashpoint
they were like,
all over
here,
again.
I got the answer for
Yeah.
you. What's the answer? Just write it. Simple. She's in a room. There we go. Let's go. And you're like, what?
And she goes back, and everyone's confused. And she's like, "It's fine." And he just goes like, "She's with me," you know, like.
She's okay.
Yeah.
She's okay. He like just stops everybody. He's like, don't worry. It's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay.
It's
Look
our-
at
it's our
her hair.
kid. Yeah,
It means she's
exactly.
okay.
It's
That's
our
not
kid.
dying. That's
It's
She's
our
not
got the
dying.
normal eyes. She's not blue in the mouth. She's not extra pale.
And I'm sitting there the whole time
No
trying to figure out
contacts.
exactly,
No- yeah.
trying to figure out, well, what the, you know, how'd this happen?
Yeah.
How are you again? And they
I'm
didn't
gonna
explain
need
it
them to
until later.
answer that.
Yeah.
I need to know because this.
It has to be the.
Do you think it's her mom?
No. I think she went through some stuff because like we saw that she's I guess been involved with
working. Yeah,
She's
she's
been
whoever
working for
she's
somebody.
working with.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I think she found a way to suppress
Right.
her other
so.
side.
I think so. Whoever she's working with, I think is kind of really helping her too. So I think that's what's going
Right.
on there. But from there, what do we have? What goes on?
So then they go and get Barry back, but they don't think that it actually happened.
Yep.
Because he doesn't show up there.
There, he shows up somewhere else.
Yeah.
Bucket naked.
Buck naked.
Oh, Barry
on the
shows up
ground.
bucket naked.
Bucky naked.
Bucky
And of
naked.
course his family's like, "Oh, I'll take this crazy person to the hospital."
And
Because
yeah.
he's like talking about stars and the moon
No,
and the world.
My
Yeah,
thought,
like
no. My
Clovers,
thought was,
horseshoes, I
no,
don't know.
dude, you're driving with your wife and your daughter, and with a big ass truck with apples, and all of a sudden you see a speedster
Yep.
get in front of your car, bucket naked, and pass out. I was like, hey. That's probably the Flash. And
That's what I would've thought.
We've seen everything.
That's what I would.
We saw everything.
But the thing is, they were smart. They were smart to do it in the country, so this way nobody had a phone quick. You know,
Right.
like, oh, let me grab my phone quick. No, you probably left your phones at home because you're going on some apple picking thing. You know,
Yeah.
so nobody had their phone quick. So I was like, all right, at least that was smart. So this way nobody would be like, click and let's hold on to that picture later. I know who the Flash is.
Oh, I'm
It
gonna
didn't
get
happen.
rich after this.
Yeah, exactly. They weren't. No, they were just like, oh,
Yeah.
well, let's be humanitarians and help this poor naked boy. And you know, the wife had to be like, yes, honey, let's help him.
Hey, I mean, it's Grant Gustin. I would
He's
be too.
fast, he's skinny, he's sexy. That's just, honey, I don't want you anymore.
And
You
wait,
know, it
wait.
would have been that way.
Yeah.
And who was the one that called Joe?
The hospital called
Hospital.
Joe. wasn't it? Or like, was it his girlfriend who called him? Was like, hey, they found Barry.
Oh yeah, it was.
Now, how does he explain that to her about where Barry's been the whole entire time?
We have learned they don't have to actually explain anything on the Flash.
They didn't explain shit to us.
They're just not gonna.
Yeah. So it just, hey, it is what it is. And congratulations, this is it. Yeah, I know. It's getting to a point where now I am turning on my show.
Now explain.
I am turning on my show, but I still love it.
Now explain to me what happened to Barry.
So apparently Barry in the Speed Force was getting rebirthed. He's getting reborn. He's getting regenerated.
Well,
he wasn't the fastest man alive, and now he is.
He's gotten so much more faster. But he came back
sitting absorbing the speed force. Remember, because he is a conduit, which is a rare thing for speedsters. He's one of. And the thing is, when you are in and around the speed force long enough, you start to absorb it. You start to take it in. So now he is the Flash that we always wanted him to be. He is indeed the fastest man alive.
And he is suffering from, I think she called it schizophrenia.
Yeah, schizophrenia.
Where he's speaking words, but what's actually coming out of his mouth isn't what he thinks he's saying.
Exactly.
It's like, but that was one of her reasons that thought he was going through. That was because she also said it might be dementia.
Well, because
which would make sense.
You're in this time where everything's off, so it's like, you're like, hey, pancakes, I don't know.
I love when Cisco tried to translate it, and he was like, it is this house.
This house is bitching. This house is bitching. And I was like, oh shit.
My God.
I was like, I want to be in that house.
Yeah. Right. Whatever this house is, I want to be in.
But the thing is, what I noticed when he kept talking, he was talking gibberish, but there was another part that was jumping out to me. Was he was in, like, it seemed like he was jumping through time, because there was moments where he was talking when he was in his childhood or when his parents were alive, and then there was other moments where he spent it with Joe, others with Iris. He even mentioned one moment when he was like, oh man, we're gonna need more diapers. And I was like,
oh, shit. The future.
What if that's the future? And like he saw his kid being born, and like, because the Speed Force, it's everywhere and anytime and everything.
It's all and everything.
What if he experienced his life and even other forms of himself?
But he just doesn't remember now.
Well, but all that overload in his memory, that was probably what was making him go crazy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Until he got that jog, which makes absolutely no sense.
Well, it's the typical
power of love.
Well, yeah, I'm like, it's the typical fairy tale thing. What wakes up the princess? What saves the day? It's true love's kiss. It's saving your true love. And that's what Iris said. She's like, I trust that. She's like, this is what's going to happen. She gave him that beautiful speech about loving him and wanting him back. And she's like, I'm going to use myself as bait. She goes and does something stupid, like Wally. Wally does something stupid every episode, like going after Samurai by himself, whatever.
Oh, God. That family.
Yeah, and that was badass watching him get beat down.
Dude,
that was so
he could have killed him, and he didn't.
Yeah, and the thing is, he
the
got
sword pose. Just like from this comic,
the comic, which is interesting. And you pointed out something when we were talking about it. You said how
that also happened in Batman.
Yeah, that happened in Batman, and it was the Penguin, right?
Yeah.
Right, so it's just like, that's trippy. That cover is kind of like it's a big thing.
It's a big thing.
And seeing that, they were like, all right, we're really gonna go ahead and address the comic and point it out in that way. And I love it. I love it. It's like, hey, give us that nod, give us that moment, so we can see it again. And that was cool. And then later, like again, he did it with Batman, and there you go. You see it again, and you're like, man, that is horrible. But is that Nightcrawler?
Yeah, that looks like Nightcrawler.
That is so weird. Batman and Nightcrawler. That's Marvel and DC. Crossover.
I love when that happens.
Samurai.
When I saw the Spawn and Batman and Spider-Man crossover. That one was dope.
Oh, man.
Batman
and Spawn did a crossover.
Mm-hmm. And that was the most iconic one because
he threw the Batarang right in his face.
And split his face. And what's cool about it is that they kept scar for the rest of so long until I think Armageddon. Until Armageddon happened and he was reborn as like the new Hellspawn.
That's cool.
So I love Spawn stuff.
So I like that they did that symbol, that cover with Wally. I thought that was really cool.
It was so symbolic and it was great. It's a nod to the comics to let us know, hey guys, we still know you're watching.
Yeah.
And that was cool because after what you guys kind of did was not answering a lot of questions, it's a shock that we are.
Yeah.
So
and I like from there, and Barry's back. He just knew that Iris was in trouble because always.
That's it.
A la Harry Potter.
Because love wins.
Always. That's what he said. He's like, always.
Always, right?
I'm like, okay, Severus Snape.
Oh boy, yeah.
Okay, writers, can we say something else?
That's exactly it.
But whatever.
And it's the problem that Flash has. It's the crutch that they're holding on to in that way. And you're like, after a while, people are going to say, you know what, I don't care, and they're going to leave.
So are they going to get married?
They're supposed to.
I heard there's supposed to be a wedding.
They're supposed to, and then
but then I think it's just people talking.
We'll see. I mean, the next episode has them going to therapy, which I think is really dumb.
Yeah.
Why doesn't he need therapy?
It's a relationship therapy thing, and I think it's really lame.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I don't know how. It looks really dumb in the preview, and I hope it's not as dumb as it looks.
They're doing that, and they have some stupid. They have gags with the new suit. So it's just wow, you really are gonna give us a horrible filler throwaway episode as the second episode? Wow, you really hate us.
What's the difference between the old suit and the new suit?
We don't know yet. We just know that Cisco just said he made him a new suit.
Yeah, and then they're showing on the trailer.
But it looks about the same, right? I think the yellow part, it's a little bit brighter, and I think it's more like body tone.
It looks kind of like body tone, slight armor, so they're trying to go for that whole look. Mm-hmm. So it's like, okay, I get it. But so after everything happens, Barry comes in, beats the crap out of Samuroid.
And it turns out he's an android.
He's an android. And they start to wonder, well, who was the one that brought the android there? But from doing so, we find out that the android just wanted Barry back. Mm-hmm. And it says his last words were, Welcome back, Flash. And then we go to, well, of course, clearly the person who made it. Or at least brought it to be. And that's where we see...
The mechanic.
Exactly. Who we spoke about, and we told you and broke the news that mechanic would be there. So it's kind of interesting to see the mechanic was there, but you're showing us...
we also got the Thinker.
The Thinker.
Who we know is the main villain this season. We're not doing speedsters this time.
This is a mechanic.
Yeah,
it's
a mechanic. Yeah,
the chick is the mechanic.
That's right. She's the one that engineered and made the Samuroid. Mm-hmm. And so there's a reason why the Thinker wanted him back. Because she immediately says, well, you got what you wanted. The Flash is back. And congratulations. And then we see the Thinker. And the Thinker is sitting there in his rig, like you expect to see him. Everything's all connected. He turns around. And yeah, that was his answer.
That was his
answer.
I was thinking, I was like, who the hell is that? I don't recognize him. What villain is that? Is he one of the past villains? I'm thinking, oh, you're the Thinker. Okay, that makes sense now.
But now we get the moment where we get the tagline that's been going on and on and on since they mentioned he was going to be here with Devereaux. And it was the fastest mind?
Oh, yeah, the fastest mind meets the fastest man.
And we'll see how that's going to work out.
You know.
But hey, he already brings a villain and brought Barry back. So he happens to know some things. He had to know, okay, that the Flash was missing. But did he know that he pretty much was the catalyst that brought Barry out of the Speed Force? Did he know that Barry was in the Speed Force?
I don't know.
But he knew that the Flash was there and he wanted the Flash there.
I saw someone make a comment about the symbols. Where was it?
Carlos said that they're supposed to be getting married during the crossover.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, that's going to be interesting.
What is it? Carlos said that Barry was writing the same symbols on the wall.
Thank you.
That are on the Thinker's face.
Thank you.
But I couldn't see that close to see if the Thinker had scars or anything on his face. Did you guys see that?
No, but I thought it was all.
You got some high-res TV if you saw that.
I didn't notice that. I'll check it again.
I'm gonna try and pull it up on here on my laptop.
My gosh.
And see if I can. Because more photos have come out.
Because I thought on Thinker it was like zeros and ones or something. I don't know.
Right. I don't know.
Huh.
Like
it could
view
be his symbols on his
Hold on, I'm pulling it up really big. Oh yeah.
So he does. You're right.
Cheek. Ernie, see it on his cheek.
Oh damn!
Oh my God, you're right. Bravo, Carlos.
I just thought it was really bad acne, but okay.
I just thought it was scars. I wasn't really paying that close attention.
That's dope, man. Now, going back to my theory about how Barry must have seen his past, his future, his present, everything. Yeah. Mm-hmm. What if the reason why he was so tripping out so much and going crazy and trying to lay down all these symbols was because he realized he was back and he's trying to warn everybody about the Thinker before knowing that his memory was going to be
wiped.
Maybe.
Ooh.
Because to think about it, to having the knowledge of your past, your present, and even your other selves, all while you were in the Speed Force, that a brain cannot handle that much. Even if he is the fastest man, speedster, there's so much information a brain can hold, and so I'm pretty sure all of it was gonna get dumped out at some point.
And that's where the answer comes in. And that's why it was so prolific. This house is bitching.
This house is bitching. Now, the one thing that we do at the end of, close to the end of every time we talk about Flash, what are your theories? And of course, this is a Watchtower. What are your theories for Supergirl, Flash, Arrow, and Legends of Tomorrow? What are your theories? And what is your theory of a crossover they're going to do? They've done Aliens already. They've done First Meetings. What crossover, epic crossover, are going to have between all four?
I think it's going to have to do with Rain, because she's the world killer.
No, they usually They usually don't grab the villains of the main season and involve them in crossovers.
But I think that would be something that makes it different. That's what makes it something interesting.
Crossing over their villains.
So she becomes a world killer, and it's like, okay, it's so big that she can destroy more than just her world. So it can happen that way. But
the same thing with Savitar and Zoom, and the crossovers did not even
do that. Yeah.
They usually take a break from the main villain and then handle some other big.
And that's the thing. I don't know. I don't know. I really don't. But I mean, are they going to just use Legends of Tomorrow as a catalyst again? They can do that.
I think it's too early to say what the crossover is going to be like.
That's the whole point of theories.
Like I know, but I'm like, but with the premieres were a lot of like, this is what's going on, and then set up for what's happening for their own seasons. You know,
it's hard for me to try to figure out. What do you think?
Well, I'm sure they're gonna do the whole 4-episode crossover. Watch Monday, Tuesday,
Thursday.
But wait a second, isn't 2 of the superhero shows on the same day? Isn't Legend of Tomorrow the same? That's gonna be weird.
No, it just
because wasn't it before Monday through Friday? I mean, when
it was one each day.
Yeah, one each day. So now they moved it over. It's gonna be a little bit weird, but.
But you're not answering the question.
So.
Exactly.
What could possibly happen? We already did Aliens.
Fun.
We already did Aliens. Of course, I would love to see a battle between themselves.
Well, Super Samurai said the legend should take everyone to the future because we rarely get to see the future. So do something with the future.
I thought I saw pictures somewhere of Oliver looking like Dark Knight Returns Oliver, big ass beard.
Oh, that one with the metal with the robot arm again.
Yeah,
because he did that already once.
Yeah,
that would be bad. That would be great if we get to see him again.
But I want to see a fight between all 4 of them. I want to see something that's gonna like a civil war between all of them. I would love to see some reason that Team like Flash and Team Arrow have to go against each other. I would love to see that. I don't know, like a face-off between all of them for some weird reason.
That's a good one.
Because then imagine like you have Team Flash fighting Team Arrow, and like in the middle of their beef, I don't know, Supergirl shows up and they're like, "Fuck me! All right, we're gonna have to stop our fight and take care of this one person on our own."
Yeah.
And then Legends of Tomorrow being like coming in and be like, "Hey, bro, we're gonna fix everything because why we have to do it. We have to do it because that's what we do. We fix everything."
Carlos Martinez says they could do Earth 10 where the Nazis won World War II.
Woo! Good point. Then we could probably get Red Sun. The whole Superman that's
oh my god.
That would be interesting. Superman was a Russian, essentially. And, like what if Superman landed in Russia?
Interesting.
Such a good story.
Why can't that be Tom Welling?
Oh, see? There you go.
I don't know. I really hope they make some kind of reference to Gotham.
They want different network.
I mean, they did say something once where it was like, they
mentioned Bloodhaven
right?
during Arrow with what's his name? The black guy in the beginning of the season that was starting.
Yeah.
But the beginning of the last season from Arrow, he was like,
Mad
"Hey,
Dog
why'd you?"
Whatever?
No, Mad Dog was one of the guys from the team. I forgot what it was. But he was like, "Hey, why'd you come here? You were doing so well in Bloodhaven."
He was like the arms dealer guy. Right?
Yeah, the arms dealer.
Yeah,
I forgot his.
But that's true.
Oscar Lopez said, like, Ernie, your theory might lead to something. Well, Barry was crazy. He did say something like, "I'm not like you, Oliver."
Yeah, he did.
That could be hinting towards something.
But didn't he say that to him in the past also, when he was training him?
Oh, and he was like, "You may have to end up killing," and he was like, "I'm not like you."
Yeah, because I think he made that same reference
in the
when he was
last
training with Oliver.
I don't know. I wanted to go over all the things that he said, but I forgot. What he said something to Joe at one moment, and I was like, "What?"
Yeah.
And I forgot what it was though. But yeah, my theory, okay, going for Legends of Tomorrow, I think once again, Rip's little time travel thing that he's making, okay, I think ultimately it is what he was trying to prevent. I think that's what he's creating. He doesn't know it. For Supergirl, I don't know, man. It can go anywhere right now, but we
I
know
would
when.
really
A
love
big
to
cat
see,
fight. Just one giant cat fight.
I would love to see General Talbot bring in more mercenaries. That's just what his name's gonna be,
There
guy.
you go. Yep,
I know it's
that's it.
Edge, but it's General Talbot.
Yeah,
Adrian
we are.
Pastar is gonna bring in more mercenaries and more fun characters like that, I think.
Good. And then so that's Supergirl, Legends of Tomorrow, Arrow. And what do we think is going on with Flash?
I really worry that the season 3 is gonna be the slump.
Barry's
Or season
gonna,
4, I'm sorry, is going to be the slump season.
I think this,
Every show gets one, and I think this is theirs.
Oh, people say that last season was, and I loved
liked
it.
last season.
I loved last season.
I think
People say that was
Barry's gonna get his ass handed to by Thinker. I'm
Oh,
pretty-
absolutely.
Like I'm
This
pretty
is a
sure.
completely different type of villain that he's ever faced.
I feel like since right now he's built up so high up. Hey, I made it out of the Speed Force. I am the fastest man right now. Well, hey man, you're too high and mighty. Let me just kind of like
Squash
Bring you down.
bring you as low as possible. Maybe as low as I can. I want you to hit rock bottom. I'm expecting Barry to hit rock bottom.
Can we kill Joe?
Yes.
Can we?
Joe's
Because now is the moment
indispensable.
Joe is about to be
Joe's
very happy.
Can
He's
we?
about to be very happy.
Can we kill
Now's the moment.
Iris?
No, because she has to be the mommy of the twins.
God, exactly. So I think
We can kill
once
Joe. We already
again-
killed an HR, but we're going to get another HR.
Yeah, of course. But I think
Oh
now's the
my
time,
God, please.
now's the time to finally kill Joe.
Are we gonna
I think
see
that
Jesse?
He's so happy. Probably.
They could kill Jesse. I don't want them to, but I think Joe.
No, don't kill Jesse.
Well, no, I don't want. I said I didn't want them to.
But
I think
expendable.
Joe, Wally, Jesse, and HR are characters that they can kill off.
But I hope that Wally actually goes to Legends of Tomorrow and does something there.
Yeah.
I hope that Joe dies and we can get rid of Joe's girlfriend. I'm tired of that. I hope
Oscar
that-
Lopez is on my plan. He said the stars are melting. He said the stars are melting could be rain destroying the world. Just
Ooh,
That's
damn.
that's
a good one. And
And we still
I
have that moment that was recorded of future Barry telling him not to trust him. He's still trying to get to that point.
Well, I
When
mean,
was that
I mean,
recorded?
I think, but I mean, when was it?
Oh, don't
recorded?
trust
But-
me?
Yeah, don't
Yeah.
trust me. But I mean, now we kind of addressed it with the whole Savitar thing. So it's kind of like
No,
it's things are kind of rewritten.
Yeah,
now.
but why was if it's about Savitar? Why was that directed towards Legends? The Legends
Oh, why was
when
it
they
directed
weren't
to the
involved in the Savitar situation.
you're right.
What he said does not involve Savitar. It has to do with something completely different.
You're right.
But they made that reference to them. But,
Yeah, he
but,
sent
yeah.
the message to them too. You're right.
Yes,
you're
to
right.
Legends.
Or
So
to Rip.
so
He sent it
why?
to Rip.
Yeah, and to Rip, like specifically. So that message wasn't because of Savitar. It's for something else. So we still have
Oh my
that
God, I really
hanging
hope,
in the air.
I really hope that's not a throwaway. Because now that you're bringing it up, it's
It-
like,
yeah.
damn, now
it
we
can't
gotta
be a-
address it.
it can't
If
be a
they're
throwaway.
like, no, we answered it with Savitar, you're like, no, not really, it didn't. Just like how I thought it was. And you're like, no, it clearly didn't. Now I want to know. I don't know.
Why do you want to kill Iris so bad, Ernie?
that's a loaded
Because
question.
Who's asking this?
LaRon.
Laurent.
Oh, welcome.
That's your underwear.
You're new.
Oh, God,
You're
I'm
new
gonna
to
just
this.
sit back and let
this is
Ernie
the,
go on
yeah,
his rant.
This is the
his
church
rant.
of Ernie and what
We
Ernie
don't have
does.
enough time. We've been
Yeah,
on
we
for
don't.
on for an hour
Hour and
and
a half.
30.
Well,
Hour
you
and a
know
half.
what's going to happen with the
Don't
show
worry,
like this.
don't worry.
We
I am
have
going to
shows.
That's true.
I am going to bitch all season about Iris, so you're not gonna miss
Don't you worry.
anything. I am
And,
gonna.
and at this point, the way they're starting to write her, she was headed on such a.
Kat, I love you. She agreed with me. I'll be fine without Iris. Sorry. Yes.
Well,
thank
like
you.
the way
Yeah.
they're writing
You are
her
not Church of
now,
Ernie.
they were starting to write her to be so strong and independent, and now they're turning her backwards. And like from the preview I see for next week, I'm just like, is this really what we're doing?
Yeah, yeah.
And I don't
know
like
what
it. I don't like the way
No
they're
one likes
taking
it
her
at all,
character.
and it's ridiculous. I'm upset with it. Also, it's just it's a horrible dependency.
I feel like it was something they were like in the writers' room, like, what if we sent them to therapy? I'm like, yeah, okay, but didn't their love for each other just rip him back into reality, and now they have to go to therapy to work on their stuff? Like, this doesn't even make sense.
Nope.
Hashtag bring back Patty. Yes. Carlos, I don't know what comment you're talking about because I can't scroll up.
Yeah, I'm sorry, man.
I see what you see right there next to...
This is what Super Chat is for.
Yeah, exactly. Sorry,
my
man,
phone's dead, so I can't follow the chat.
Yeah, if you need to, man, hit us on Super Chat. That's how we'll be able to pay attention. You're helping support, and also you're making sure that what you say gets highlighted so we can see it. You see how fast this chat is going? We're going quick, and sometimes we're going to miss things. It's what happens. So if you want us to be able to catch up on it, you hit us with that Super Chat. Support, my friend. Support.
Yeah.
But with that being it, I think we have covered everything.
Yeah, so
we did well.
Next week, we are probably going to do an earlier time slot because this is a little bit later than we intended to because this was kind of sprung up on us last minute. So,
don't lie. We know we've been planning this for a while.
Yeah, but I didn't know I was supposed to be the producer on this. So I'm not 100%.
So I mean, that's what happened.
I was a maybe. And like, okay, well, here we go. So we are going to scoop back anime so we can be able to scoop back Watchtower. Since we don't have so much... We kind of talked about the past one. I mean, the episode should be shorter next week.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Because
there's just a lot. And also, like, if there's filler episodes, we're just going to be like, filler. Move on.
That's it.
Yeah. You know what I mean? So,
we'll
but
just
these
sit
are
here and talk more
premieres, so
shit.
everything happened. So this is obvious. This is going to be a longer episode.
Yeah, that was all. So that was the premiere. It was just us breaking it down. That's why it took so long. We apologize. Thank you guys for sticking around with us. Trust me, it will be shorter and it will be something
Or not.
that's
We
easy.
might just keep talking.
Ooh, if it's good, it's good.
And we'll think about some fun games to play with you guys while you're in chat.
Definitely.
While we're here doing the show. Make things a little bit more interesting, more interactive, because I understand sometimes we don't read all of your comments. But we want to let you know you're there. We're here because of you. So it's like...
Exactly.
You're the only reason I watch damn show that I don't want to watch.
Don't talk to
And
me
that's
about
like
it.
everything else. And I'll probably watch Gotham just so I can like throw stuff in and be like, hey, so you probably don't care. You probably don't care. You don't care, but hey, guess what? Bruce Wayne, he's a ninja now.
We don't care.
Right. So, Sarah, where can people find me?
You can find me on the Watchtower, on Gingerdale, on the hashtag Horror Picture Show, and on social media at Roguetastic.
There you go. Perfect. You can find me on, Anime Super Chat for a little bit. Of course, here at the Watchtower. That's home for me. You can also find me on, my goodness, just Hatch and hang out every once in a while. And
Power Ranger stuff.
Power Ranger stuff. And the
Gingerdale.
Gingerdale, of course. That's also home for me. And you can also find me on the horror show that we're doing for a little bit. It's a very limited engagement, but you can find me there too. Find me on social media, Battlestar Galactica. You can also find me at that hashtag BSG. That's it for me.
And on all social media, every single platform, I am the JERNI. That's the _journey. And you can find me at Twitch where Halloween's coming up, so I'm going to be streaming the Fear Trilogy. Have you ever heard about that game? I'm going to be streaming that. Got some stuff going on Box TV, Movie Melee. Find me on Instagram putting funny videos up and pictures.
Yeah.
Twitter, I just talk a lot of shit. And Facebook, I don't pay too much attention to Facebook. I'm going to be on Anime Super Chats on Thursdays right before Watchtower, which I'm also on here. And I also do random appearances in other shows and at cons. We actually have a con coming up, which is Stanley's LA Comic Con, which is at the end of this month, the last weekend, right before Halloween. Mm-hmm. I won't be there, but these guys probably will.
I won't be there.
I will.
Yeah, she's not going to be there. That weekend is actually DJ's birthday, so we're probably going to get wrecked somewhere. So if you have him on social media, which I know most of you do, drop him a happy birthday that weekend. Yeah, he'll love
happy
it.
Birthday.
And don't tell him I put this on the video because he will be upset.
He likes the attention.
He loves the attention. He just doesn't want me to keep like pushing the attention at him.
It's fine.
It's okay. He's fine. Just send him memes and gifs. He'll be fine.
All right, kids. I think that's it.
That's it, man, guys.
Watchtower out.
God, it feels so good to be back.
It does. And we can go ahead and continue to be back, and we can make sure that this conversation keeps going even after we're done. Comment, like, and subscribe.
Hit that like
Oh shit, the horror show. I'm on the horror show too. Oh man, I almost forgot. I'm also on the horror show every once in a while. Damn, sorry, Mickey. I am sorry. I'm I gotta go to sleep.
Yeah. So, see, that's it. You're running too late. You're running too late. So, like we said, comment, like, and subscribe. Share this around with as many friends as possible. Keep the conversation going, because when you keep it going, we get to keep coming back so we can talk even more. So, let's do this. Let's make it a community. Let's make it big. Tell your friends, please. And, like we said, like, comment, subscribe, and the reason you're subscribing, share, of course. The reason you're subscribing so you can keep up to date with everything trending.
And geek pop culture.
Good night,
Thanks,
guys.
guys.
I missed you guys.
Goodbye.
It feels so good. Just feels natural.